Lay down softly, dear one, and let your mind drift to a world painted with the soft hues of a summer sky, where the wind whispers secrets through ancient trees. Tonight, we journey with a very special girl, a young witch named Kiki, whose heart was as light and hopeful as a feather carried on a breeze. Kiki lived in a charming, verdant valley with her kind parents. As the custom for all young witches when they turned 13, she was preparing for a unique adventure, a year away from home, seeking a new town where she could hone her nascent magical abilities. It was a journey of self-discovery, a gentle unfolding of her spirit. The night arrived, bathed in the soft glow of a full moon. Kiki, with her small, familiar broomstick, and her dearest companion, Gigi, a witty black cat, perched on her shoulder, stood before her parents. Goodbyes were shared, filled with tender hugs and promises to write. With a brave, hopeful smile, Kiki mounted her broom. The air was cool and inviting as she soared into the night, her silhouette a tiny speck against the moonlit clouds, leaving her childhood home behind. Gigi, ever watchful, offered gentle words of encouragement, his voice a comforting murmur in the vast sky. They flew for many hours, past sleepy towns and over shimmering seas, until the first light of dawn painted the horizon. Below them, a bustling port city emerged from the morning mist, its red-tiled roofs and distant lighthouse inviting them closer. This, Kiki felt, was the place. Koriko. Descending gracefully, Kiki felt a mix of excitement and a touch of shyness. The city was vibrant and lively, filled with people going about their morning routines. Her initial attempts to find a place to stay were met with polite bewilderment. A young witch on a broomstick wasn't an everyday sight. Feeling a little lost, she landed near a charming bakery, its warm, inviting scent wafting out onto the street. Just then, a young boy with round glasses and an infectious smile, named Tombo, spotted her. He was fascinated by her broom and the idea of flight, calling out to her with friendly curiosity. Kiki, a little overwhelmed by the attention, quickly took to the sky again, a blush coloring her cheeks. As the day progressed, a sudden, unexpected storm gathered strength. Kiki, caught in the swirling winds and heavy rain, found herself seeking shelter at the very bakery she had passed earlier. A kind woman with a warm smile, Osono, welcomed her inside, offering her a tool and a comforting cup of tea. Osono and her gentle husband, Fukuo, listened to Kiki's story, and with boundless generosity offered her a small room upstairs. It was a quiet, cozy space, a gentle haven in her new, unfamiliar world. The next morning, Kiki, eager to contribute, helped Osono with a small, urgent delivery. It was a package containing a little pacifier, intended for a friend. This was her first official task in Koriko. She flew carefully through the city, eventually reaching a grand, old house. There she met a sweet, elderly woman who gratefully received the package. However, her journey wasn't entirely smooth. A rather protective guard dog, startled by her broom, chased her for a short distance before she gracefully soared away. Despite this small flurry, the delivery was a success. It was then that the idea blossomed: Kiki's delivery service. With the bakery as her base, and Osono's blessing, Kiki began to offer her unique service to the people of Koriko. She carried parcels of all shapes and sizes, from a delicately painted bird cage to a tiny black cat toy meant for a birthday gift. Each delivery was a small adventure, a gentle weaving of her presence into the fabric of the city. One sunny afternoon, Kiki received a request to deliver the small, handcrafted black cat toy. She flew across a shimmering bay, her broom whispering through the air, but a sudden gust of wind, playful and mischievous, caught her by surprise. The parcel slipped from her grasp and tumbled down into the whispering trees below. Her heart fluttered with worry. Determined, Kiki landed and began a careful search. Deep in the woods, she met a friendly artist named Ursula, who was painting by a clear stream. Ursula, with her warm eyes and understanding smile, listened to Kiki's predicament and gently suggested they search together. Together, they found the beloved toy, which had been gently carried away by a flock of crows who mistook it for a friend. Ursula helped Kiki repair a tiny tear on the toy, and Kiki, grateful for the kindness, flew the toy safely to its delighted recipient. Ursula's calm demeanor and artistic spirit left a soft, lingering impression on Kiki. Another cherished client was the elderly woman from her very first delivery, Madame, who lived in a charming, ivy-covered house. Madame often requested Kiki's help, especially with a special delivery of a freshly baked herring and pumpkin pie for her granddaughter, Bertha. Kiki, with Gigi perched faithfully, would carefully transport the warm, fragrant pie, sometimes facing a gentle sprinkle of rain or a playful gust of wind, always ensuring it arrived safely. Tombo, the boy who had first noticed her, continued to show his friendly curiosity. He invited her to a party, eager to share his passion for flying machines and dreams of building an air cycle. Kiki, though a little hesitant, eventually went. She found herself surrounded by people who seemed so different, so confident. She felt a quiet loneliness begin to creep in, a sense of being an outsider looking in. The conversations felt distant, and she found herself struggling to connect. A gentle rain began to fall, mirroring the quiet sadness in her heart. She caught a slight chill that evening. As the days turned into weeks, Kiki noticed a subtle, unsettling change. She found it harder to communicate with Gigi. His once witty remarks became soft meows, then eventually just the familiar sounds of a cat. Gigi, it seemed, was growing up, finding a sweet cat companion of his own, and his world was gently shifting. Simultaneously, Kiki's own magic, her ability to fly, began to feel less certain. Her broom felt heavy, unresponsive, and one day, during a simple flight, she found herself gently but surely losing her balance. She landed softly, unharmed, but a quiet fear bloomed in her heart. Her magic seemed to be fading, like a distant memory. Feeling a deep sadness and a quiet frustration, Kiki retreated. She stopped flying, stopped taking deliveries. The magic that had defined her felt distant, an echo of what once was. Ursula, sensing Kiki's quiet struggle, came to visit. She offered Kiki a gentle invitation to her secluded cabin in the woods, a tranquil place where Kiki could rest and perhaps rediscover her inner spark. At Ursula's cabin, surrounded by the calming sounds of nature, Kiki shared her worries. Ursula, with her artist's wisdom, explained that sometimes even creative spirits encounter moments when the inspiration simply isn't there. It's not a loss, but a quiet pause, a time for gentle reflection before the creative flow returns. Kiki found solace in Ursula's words, and in the quiet, reflective time spent drawing and simply being. As Kiki prepared to leave Ursula's cabin, she saw a news report on a small television. It showed Tombo, excitedly presenting his new, improved dirigible, a magnificent, whale-shaped airship, preparing for its maiden flight. Kiki felt a small, warm spark of interest. Back in Koriko, as Kiki walked through the familiar streets, a sudden commotion erupted. On a large screen, she saw Tombo's dirigible, caught in an unexpected difficulty, swaying precariously in the strong winds. A cable had snapped, and Tombo, bravely trying to help, was now clinging to a rope, gently being carried away. A wave of concern washed over Kiki. Her friend was in trouble. Without a moment's hesitation, a quiet strength bloomed within her. She needed to help. She found a discarded broom, old and worn, and with a focused determination, she tried to mount it. At first it wobbled, hesitant. But then a flicker of that familiar magic returned, sparked by the pure, selfless desire to aid a friend. With a gentle push, she lifted off the ground, slowly at first, then with a steady, gathering momentum, she flew towards the unfolding event. The wind was strong, a playful but firm challenge. But Kiki, with her heart set on helping Tombo, pushed through. She reached the dirigible, flying expertly towards Tombo, who was now drifting further away. With all her quiet strength, Kiki reached out, extended the broom, and Tombo, with a relieved smile, grasped it firmly. Together, they gently descended, landing softly amidst the cheering crowds. Kiki had found her flying ability again, not through effort, but through courage and kindness. After this gentle adventure, Kiki found her place, truly, in Koriko. Her delivery service continued, now with a renewed sense of purpose and a quiet confidence. She still couldn't speak with Gigi in the same way, but their bond was stronger than ever, a silent understanding passing between them. Gigi, happy with his own little family, would sometimes offer a gentle meow of encouragement, and Kiki would simply smile, understanding the depth of his affection. Kiki wrote a letter home, filled with happy news. She spoke of her work, her friends Osono, Fukuo, Tombo, and Ursula, and the beautiful city of Koreko. She described how she was learning and growing, finding her own unique way in the world. Her year of training had brought her not just mastery of her magic, but a deeper understanding of herself, of friendship, and of the quiet strength that resides within us all. And so, dear one, Kiki continued her gentle life in Koreko, flying her broom with grace, her heart full of contentment. The winds of change had brought her to a new beginning, and she embraced it with open arms, knowing that even in quiet moments of doubt, courage and kindness would always guide her home. May your dreams be as peaceful and settled as Kiki's heart, now filled with sweet repose. Sleep well, my dear.